G'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, today I was just wandering around the YouTuber net and I've stumbled into Nathan Oakley. Oh, shudder. But I saw he had a little bit of ranty butthurt, but it was kind of funny listening to his little argument. This is what I heard from the 18-minute mark of Nathan's show.
Got David Reed in the chat saying, "No, Ranty, the globe's a fantasy." And then he says, "Ranty said what? Ranty must have been joking, lol." No, it's not, from what I can glean. He's taken an age-old 2017/16 argument that revolved around a begging the question, proof of nothing, perspective hijacking Earth curve calculator that would ascribe feet and inches values to targets so that they don't change with distance. So it's back to the old Father Ted and Dougal routine.
Okay, one last time. These are small, but the ones out there are far away.
My God, I never thought it would come to this with Ranty. This cow is small. That cow is far away. So what does the Glober reply? How can this 2-inch toy cow obscure your view of the big cow? The big cow's bigger. Yeah, this cow is small. That cow is far away. Hashtag shit shrinks.
Well, it is good that you understand Father Ted, but of course you didn't actually talk about how big the second cow is, how far away the second cow is. All of these things matter. So do you actually manage to fool your little subscribers with this sort of nonsense?
I just don't know what to say.
I guess you do. You're still selling T-shirts. Anyway, I thought Ranty did this rather eloquently and rather clever and without doing any maths.
So when we go through that line of sight to there, we know that that mountain there is 601 meters tall. We know that that's 753 meters tall. And based upon that, you can then scale your ruler to that. So if you need to have your ruler at 601 and you need to have that at 753, and when you do that, you actually find that the horizon is way down here. And the missing, and I think I'd basically said that the horizon should be down around about here. It's around about 330 meters of missing.
So he just got his scene and he knew two heights at the distance of 750 meters and 600 meters. And he just got a good old scale measure and scaled it with 75 and 60. And look where the base must be.
I just don't know what to say.
It must be way down here below the ground. We know the horizon's not down there, don't we, Nathan? Well, not the close horizon. That's where the horizon is at the base of the mountains.
I just don't know what to say.
Look, I'll better put it in another way. Say we've got this big cow that's the size of a mountain over here. And we've got this little cow over here. Well, this little cow is almost hiding it. But we know that when the big cow's sitting over here, here's his head, and some of the cow is missing. Why can we not see his legs? Where are his legs? We know they're there because it's a cow. Just the same as we know the 750 metre high mountain must have a base. It's not a floating mountain, is it, Nathan?
I just don't know what to say.
Oh, and Nathan, the thing about this cow that must be truly scary for you, it looks a bit like the flat earth cash cow, and it seems to be disappearing. I'm not sure what that means for you and your T-shirt sales, mate.
I just don't know what to say.
Well, you're rather easy to debunk, aren't you, Nathan? Thanks very much. You can always leave a little comment for Nathan in my comment section, because occasionally Nathan does a drive-by. Classic Nathan. One comment and he's gone.
I just don't know what to say.
Pretty similar.
Pretty accurately, yeah.
Yeah. Now, as I say, I wouldn't have believed this. As I would have thought it was just a one-off. Maybe come up with trying to come up with some kind of explanation, some kind of reason, sinking something like this as to the reason why these mountains appear to be dropped. The problem being it isn't a one-off image, and we know that through Bev. We've been told categorically by Bev that this is a black swan and it's there all the time. I mean,
That's a white swan.
And I do want to thank Bev for that, but I also want to thank Stuart Christmas. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Thank you very, very much. I'll just take that off the screen because it's hiding your face there, Auntie, but thank you, Stuart.
Okay. It says, it's a white swan I went there the last 2 days. It's perfectly normal. And, you know, we can compare these two side by side. So let me open these up again so that we can compare them. And what's interesting is that in the image that Bev presented himself, you can still see the same trough behind Blackpool Tower. It's in exactly the same place. There's no denying that it's exactly the same heights, everything. So if I've got a flat earther confirming this, what can I say? It's drop. And that we know that there are people living at the bottom of that mountain. So they're either living at the bottom of the mountain underwater, or it's a globe. And I think that there are people living at the bottom of that mountain.